Close my door,
Hello,
please.
everybody. Welcome to Monster of the Week, Wednesday night. It's not a showcase anymore. It's an actual thing now, I guess. But Dire Bears Wednesday night show. Yay!
Now
Of
we're a
course.
real show.
Now we're a real show.
We
All
worked
right.
so hard.
We're finally here. Welcome to an episode. Sorry we missed last week. A little bit of technical difficulties on my end. I know some of us others were having technical difficulties, but that's that. All right. I'm having a brain fart now. Okay, that's good.
Sponsors.
Yeah, I was gonna do like a big spiel later, but yeah, okay. I'll go through the sponsors right now. Of course, we have D&D Beyond, D, the letter N, D Beyond. We use those in our Monday and our Thursday games. We go right off of D&D Beyond, and that's it for Monday night while we roll live. Of course, we also have Lucky Dice Cafe. If you're looking for live games in the Huntsville, Alabama area, and you want to meet our lead DM, Cap, in person, that is the place to go. Of course, we also have a YouTube and a Patreon. If you've missed past episodes, don't be afraid to check out our YouTube. And if you would like to support us and check out everything on Patreon, we have everything from character descriptions, private sessions with Cap where he can help build a world or help you grow as a DM as well. Okay, yeah, let's get into it. Monster of the Week. Last time we ended off in a very dark tunnel in the wood mill. You guys had come up to what James was able to basically discern as a sort of magical door. Touched it yet, if I remember correctly. That was James that said it, but
Okay.
you guys had walked down a tunnel for about 5 minutes, give or take, before you got the end. You were able to discern that this tunnel was a lot longer than the wood mill that was itself. The tunnel never dipped. It never went down into the ground. It went straight across the ground before ending at this door. And that is where we left off. You guys are at the door.
Jernia kind of looks at everyone and says, "This seems dangerous." Before anyone does anything, she's gonna undo the clasp on one of her satchels. Pull out.
Okay.
You all see like a sword handle come out of her satchel. It's about that big with the star sapphire on the bottom. And I'm gonna, if you will let me, I will hold a use magic until. I'm intending to contain if anything comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with just a little handle.
Well, it's like holding a roll of quarters. It'll help when she punches something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You all like, if you're next to me, you feel the temperature drop a little bit.
Do I see anything weird from that?
The door is the whole door is glowing. There is there's a simple knob like handle just on the side.
What about specifically from her?
My sword handle.
Oh, from her sword handle. You can see a sort of light blue glow coming from it.
Who's volunteering to open the door?
Who's volunteering to knock?
I mean, someone's got to open this.
I'll open it. I will open it.
Okay. All right. So how are you going towards the door?
With a confident stride.
Are you just grabbing the handle?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to turn the handle and it like moves as if you would easily, it like just unclaps to go open and close it, but it doesn't open or close. Or like doesn't open. Either way. You tug on it, it does not open. You push on it, it does not open either.
Is there a visible area where like it's clearly locked? Like some sort of keyhole? No. Okay.
No keyhole. Actually, looking at the door now, you notice that there's no hinges.
I got nothing.
I think Stuart's just gonna walk up and just give it a quick little pound to see if anyone's on the other side.
Okay. Pounding on the door. It is like a dead silence on the inside. It almost sounds like your knock echoes a little bit before you hear a knock return to you.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's weird. So Stuart's just gonna start kind of try and listen for anything out, like press his ear to the door, maybe try and hear if he can hear anything.
Nope. It is,
Oh,
besides the knock that was returned to you, it is dead quiet on the other side of the door.
So guys, I'm freaked out. James, you got any magic you can do? Everyone else so magic-y, I got nothing. I got a wrench.
Cassie's just gonna come up and just gently pat Stuart on the shoulder. Oh, don't worry. Neither do I.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Neither do I.
Oh, I don't know. It was not that.
Yeah, I heard
was just
I'm
so
dry.
soft.
I'm like,
No, neither do I. Thank you.
It wasn't that the accent. It's just you said it so softly.
cut out for me.
I'm watching my ping. It's kind of fluctuating a little bit, but it seems to be moderately stable overall. So I just may need to speak up. That's all.
Okay, well, that's comforting. Then I'm not the only one here that can't like sprout wings or something and just get back out.
I think I'm the only one here that can do that.
Okay, well, I don't know what you guys do. This is new.
Did you say that there was anything on this door?
There was just the there's like the same sigils you can see carved in. James, you can see them glowing. They are like just a little bit brighter, but they are the same sigils that were on the outside to hold something in.
I think I'd be sure to mention that to people. Because it was who was it that deciphered them on the outside? Or
I
on the...
recognize them as runes, and then Morgan recognized them as translated them.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew what they said.
Yeah, I'll definitely mention it's the same sort of thing on the door.
I don't remember you mentioning the same thing on the door. I remember you mentioning it on the walls.
Yep.
It is on the door too.
Okay.
James would like to take a moment to think about all the ways this could go wrong.
Journey is
Can I read-
prepping for that.
Can I read a bad situation?
Yes, of course.
Alright, that is what? Sharp?
Yes. Plus sharp.
Can I use? Oh fuck! No, what is it? What? What is it called? I don't remember where it is.
Can you play
And once again, I cannot fail. I will never get experience.
Can I life?
God
Can I
damn it,
life drain?
I'm such a success. Yeah.
I will let you try that in just a moment. So read a bad situation. There are a couple things, of course. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's the most vulnerable to me? Not valuable, sorry. What's the best way to protect the victims?
Alright, so I got a 10, so that's what? I hold 3?
On a 10, yep, on a 10 plus, hold 3.
Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
You can feel a sort of soft pull on the door.
Like pulling us towards the door?
If you going for the handle, like Morgan, you wouldn't have felt this, but like going near the door, you can feel the doors. Like it's not a strong pull; it's not actually moving your hand, but you can still feel it there. Like it's like just a dull sensation of it, like trying to pull at your hand.
What's the best way in?
What's the best way in? The only way in through this door is like this door itself, but you can kind of feel that there is a very sensitive is not the word I'm looking for. A very, I guess, temperamental magic to this door. Like it's definitely very wary is not the word I'm looking for either.
It's angry.
Nope. It's not emotional. It's waning. The magic on the door is waning. There we go.
Okay.
I was like, there's a W word I was looking for specifically.
What's the best way to protect the victims? And by victims, I mean us.
Definitely forcing out and not towards you.
Oh, let's look around. Who looks the burliest of us?
It probably
Stuart?
would have been Vinny. I have a very big feeling that it might be like Morgan. Is Morgan toned?
He's like pretty lean, muscled, but like he's stronger. He looks nice, but like not big. He's not noticeably big.
I feel like Stuart is like the stout one. Like he's like a dwarf.
Yeah. He's probably got that dad bod.
Yeah.
Lifting stuff at the circus all day.
I think if we're gonna get in here, we're gonna have to bust the door down.
I don't like the sound of that.
There's no gaps in the doorway, eh? Like no.
Before we do that, can I try my little drain life on the door?
Yes, you can. Hold on, I put everybody's thing up. Nope, they don't exist now. Okay, hold on. Let me just read I just want to read what your life drain does as well. Basically.
It just...
Is it just an attack?
It's just an attack, and it deals 1 damage, but I took the extra, so it'll deal 2, and I believe it comes back to me. Like, I regain said health. I believe.
Life drain. 1 harm, intimate.
Not that it would do anything.
Yeah, you're fully healed now, so it wouldn't do anything. But yeah, you can go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
So what do I roll?
Plus tough. Yes.
Good thing.
You get to roll strange though because of that, right? No, never mind.
Not yet. I haven't picked that yet. It's my next thing.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Well, mark experience. Okay, this will be fun. You place your hand on the door. I just want to read something really quick.
World's best incubus. Right.
That's my second time I've tried that, and it's failed.
I know.
Yet it's set on blow, not suck.
Okay.
Dad's gonna kill you all.
You put your hand on the door, and you can feel the sort of magic of this door almost encase your hand. Before your hand actually starts being pulled into the door.
Oh.
Almost as if you had touched the handle, and you could see that this was like a solid wood. Like there was a solid knock to it, basically. But now, like especially when Stuart knocked, it was a solid knock. But this is starting to pull your hand in.
Alright, I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna be really dramatic because I'm not gonna fight it, but I'm gonna be like, it's taking me, please save. I don't know what it's gonna do. But I really hope it just swallows me.
Wow. This is dramatic for a 2.
Well, the magic on the door was waning. Maybe this is how it's recharging. Well, case solved. Let's go home.
It doesn't hurt like this.
It does not hurt, so...
Can you pull your hand out?
I try to pull my hand out.
Nope.
Okay.
Can you feel your hand on the other side?
Can I wiggle my fingers, or is it like
It's not like your hand, it's almost like it's glued to, and it's like, you know when you just push on like Play-Doh and you're just like slightly pushing down on the Play-Doh? That's about as much as your hand is like sinking into the door. It's not very much. Like you go to move your fingers and it's just like your fingers are stuck in like a sticky tacky glue almost.
I'm not all the way through yet. It's a pretty slow process right now.
Molasses.
I like to set
Well,
off.
if that's the case, can I like bang my other hand on the door and see if that's gonna do something?
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
Are you
This is great.
Are you trying to attack it? Are you trying to just knock?
Not knock, like give it a really firm like I'm trying to do damage.
Okay. I'll let you go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
God, no, don't do this to me. Okay.
Okay. On a 7+, you and Everwhite are inflicting harm each other. So you can feel the magic wane around the hand that actually hits. It almost like it spreads away from the hit, and you hit directly into the wood. You can see the way the wood is actually it looks a lot older once the magic seems to have spread away. It looks old. It looks like it's cracking almost underneath your quick punch, but it quickly, once you move your hand away, it quickly re-encases it with the magic.
Okay, so that didn't work.
You seemed to damage it, but it just
Yeah.
quickly re-encased.
No, I'm like saying that out loud.
Oh.
I have a stupid idea while I'm holding this spell, but I don't want Morgan to lose a hand.
Fuck it. Do it. Dad'll fix it.
I don't believe you.
I am
No,
sure he loves me. He loves me. He'll fix me.
Dream big, Morgan. I'm going to use magic, and instead of what I was going to do, I'm going to shoot missiles at the door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll some tough. Kick some ass.
Is it kick ass or is it weird?
Oh, you're using magic, right? Yes. Sorry. Plus weird.
Are they magic missiles?
Magic
12.
missiles, Jarnia. Okay. I just want to see your. Okay, so
Yeah, go
you've
for it.
got frost and ice.
You all watch as like from out of the handle comes like it looks like a blade, and it comes out, and I just shape it like that, and I just fire it at the door, and another one, boom, and just do it like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, you rolled a 12. Perfect. So on a 10+, you can choose an extra effect. You gain advantage. So you can take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict
Okay.
terrible harm, which is +1. You suffer less harm, -1. You force them where you want them.
Forcing them where I want them. Would that count towards pushing Morgan back?
Well, he's attached to the door.
Right, but would my magic hitting the door push Morgan like his hand like back so that he can get his hand out?
His hand is like sunken in now,
Ah.
and it's
It's
almost severed.
slowly pulling me in.
Okay.
Yep.
Like
All right, then let's go with. Fuck, that's not what I wanted. Inflict big harm, big damage.
Okay. These missiles hit across the doors. You can see the magic spread away from the door again, like it had for Morgan. You can see more damage is being done to the door as it starts to indent and seem to almost push back into where it, the other side of it, basically. You can
Visible
see
to
it.
everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
You can see it edging back inwards a little bit. It almost moves as if it was like, when you put a rock in front of a hole kind of thing, except this one is like perfectly fit. And it moves back.
Well, now I think you should just keep right on doing that.
Yeah, beat the hell out of it.
And James, if you've got any sort of ability to do so to assist, it might not be a bad idea.
Let me see. How does the big whammy work?
Well, with a name like the Big Whammy. Morgan, you good?
I'm alive, so yeah.
Cool. Excellent.
Maybe try not to get hit by
What's the
stuff.
worst that could happen? I'll see.
Just- Keep trying to get your hand out of that door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't say anything about it being mental. That's just kind of what I was assuming it was. All right, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
All right, I got to roll weird. However, I get magical backlash if I miss.
Okay. All right.
Well, then I hope
can
you
roll.
don't miss.
You are the weird kid, so you should be fine.
I'm literally waiting the one time James can finally mark experience.
Nope.
Not this time.
Darn the
You
luck.
rolled plus weird, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, perfect. So you have rolled a 10. So it still counts as kick some ass if I remember correctly.
Yes, I just roll weird instead of.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So 10 plus, still the same thing. You gain advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You can inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, -1 harm. You force them where you want them.
If I want the door open, can I force it open?
Yeah. You can use your
That's
magic
what
to
I'd
do
like
that.
to do.
Why not think of
All right.
that?
Well, you
I am
did
a fool.
sort of, but it was more or less the opposite end.
Mhm.
All right. You, with Jernia's magic being forced into this door, and I'm gonna say it's almost like a magic for you. Elemental energy, I guess. Also being forced into this door, you can see the magic finally crackle and wane as it's whatever magic was there quickly dissipates off of the door, and almost it like slips away, like whenever you've got an elastic band on something and you cut it and it like just snaps out. That is how this magic goes. This magic quickly snaps out and snaps back into wherever the room is, the door being thrown back into the room as well. Morgan, you don't even have to move. Your hand where it was attached, the door has been flung back, and you're just kind of standing there with your hand still out. Where you
I was
can,
gonna say, am I
quickly,
glitched into it like a video game character?
that was
go
like the
with-
initial
you go
effect.
hacks.
Yes.
You go with
Hacks.
the door.
Sorry. Morgan, I'm gonna need you to turn off God mode, please.
This isn't Minecraft, damn it.
You are just kind of left standing there. Like you get a little bit of a backlash just from like wind and air from the magics finally like basically colliding. You take no damage, but like your hair is just kind of flown back out of your face. Your hand is just kind of left sticking out, and you can like quickly like shake it off and put it down. But the way is open.
On I go.
All right. This room is dark.
Oh, map.
I'm still basing it off descriptions. This is just more or less for you guys where you are here. And also, hold on. That's wrong.
Oh,
There's no
I
like
have
empty
first.
space there. That's
Okay,
actually
cool.
full. Sorry.
I am a fool. Forgot to pog Jernia.
Yep, but that is basically where you guys are right now. Like you enter this room and it is dark. James, you don't see anything in this room magically or even like spiritually. You can kind of catch glimpses of like wisps almost. That kind of they float around and then they seem to disappear, maybe behind something before they float around and come out somewhere else. It's almost like to the effect of fireflies.
Can you pretend that firefly?
But in this room, it is still quite dark.
Hmm. He stands patiently, waits for somebody to go in.
All right, well, if you guys aren't, I'll go in. I'm not afraid. Stuart's terrified.
Maybe somebody with a flashlight should go in first.
Stuart has one, doesn't he?
Is he? Or was Stuart one of the ones with the flashlight?
No, he had said let's go get flashlights, but
I thought somebody.
yeah, I
have
think
one.
there you go. Yeah,
Oh crap! I think James got one out of his truck.
Jernia has her magic. For whatever that counts for.
it gives off light, doesn't it?
Cassie's gonna step forward with a flashlight.
With a flashlight?
Yep.
I'll go
All
with you
right.
guys.
All right.
I'll go in
Going
behind those two.
into this room. Me sitting there. Roll perception checks. No, I'm kidding. Just feels
Can't
right.
find it on my sheet.
That moment where it's just like, just roll perception checks. It feels right, but it's so wrong, especially for this. Okay, Cassie, what you see are almost like statues. All of them are in different poses as you kind of drag your flashlight over them. You see some are curled up, some almost look as if they're running. Others are. There is one set where one is shielding the one that is behind it, but both of them are encased in stone. Looking around, there are at least 8 or 9 different statues.
Okay. Do any of them look familiar, i.e., like from descriptions of missing persons or descriptions as in like this person went missing 15 years ago?
You've been in this town for a couple months, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You recognize one male statue as somebody who has been missing for about 2 weeks. You also recognize hold on, I'm trying to remember if you met her. You recognize one as one of the Harpy gang that you had seen.
Okay. And she hasn't been reported missing as of yet.
Nope.
Is it the one that wound up dead?
Nope.
Okay, so it's a different one.
Is it the one I was gonna meet?
Nope.
Is there something in the room with which I can poke these statues that isn't my hand?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing I'm going to give you.
Are there magical effects on the statues?
You can see. Trying to figure out how to describe it. Let's see. It's not a very strong magic, and even then, if you weren't openly looking for it, you wouldn't have actually noticed it. It is a very sort of soft magic that is encasing, almost like they're petrified, I guess you could say.
Would I have come across this previously in all these supernatural readings and explorations that I've done, and in just talking to my partner?
No.
Okay. But this is clearly something of the supernatural.
Let's see. What all do we know that could turn things into stone out of mythology?
Well,
Gorkins?
although,
Cockatrice.
hang on. I'm not
What
really...
was that thing in Harry Potter?
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
That was an in-character question.
Jernia answered Basilisk. Jernia has read that 20 times.
Do these look like stone? Or is there a specific kind of stone that these look like?
These almost look like mud and clay.
Ooh.
Can I take a picture of it and send it to Bones? Like, do you know what's going on here, buddy?
I
My pal?
was about to ask if we were getting cell reception down here.
Hello, 911?
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on, man.
I feel like if we called the cops, they would get there and wouldn't be able to get through the door, despite the fact that we've opened it.
I don't know.
I send a picture to Bones and I send a picture to Dad. And be
you
like,
don't
what
have
the fuck?
You don't have the best cell reception down here. I will say it is quite. You're not too sure. It feels almost like as if like you're underground, but you know you haven't moved down on a slant at all during your
Fucking,
like path down here.
fucking anime conventions.
It may take a while for them to respond to you.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take pictures as well. Like
Okay.
just holding up with the light that I can shine out a little bit and just take pictures to. Eventually, going to send them to Quincy.
Okay.
Especially the one that if they ever point out this one's a harpy, or if I can tell that right off by like dress.
Well,
James, you would recognize this harpy as Nell, the one that entered the police station.
That's right. I got her name too because I was poking her in her head.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's named Neil. Take out my camera and my phone and start filming.
Okay.
But I hold it right here, so if a Medusa jumps out, I'm not actually looking at the Medusa at the camera.
Big brain, big brain.
well, I'll be honest. I don't really think that it's going to be a Medusa, considering the fact that these are clay and mud, and not actually stone.
It's a Medusa.
That's I ain't gonna put it past the supernatural to have something like that, but it seems highly unlikely.
Look, you don't know that a North American Medusa is going to be the same as a Greek Medusa.
I feel like a North American Medusa is gonna turn it into ice, but that's besides the point.
What did you call it? No, I'm just kidding.
However, this man, and she points to the one that she recognizes as being missing for 2 weeks, he's been missing for about 2 weeks now.
Do I know that guy?
He was one of the he not a tour guide. He's like the tour guide for the forest kind of thing.
Park ranger?
Park ranger. Thank you. I knew there was a job that might go around with it. You recognize him as like not the park ranger, like the head park ranger. He's one of the lower employees, but you do recognize him.
Can I pick up any thoughts from any of these things?
No.
James, you wouldn't happen to recognize any of the other ones, would you? You're the local here.
I look at everybody.
Looking over all of the faces, they are not people that you recognize.
What
Morgan.
time period are they dressed like they're from?
Oh, she.
A couple of them seem like maybe from the 80s. One of them looks like he's got a very dope mullet.
So the 90s.
There's a couple of them, like there's one in particular that looks like she's almost in like an old maid's outfit. Like it's a very long dress to the floor. She's wearing like almost that like bonnet styled hat.
It's like Victorian.
Victorian, yep.
Huh.
Molly, you were gonna say something. That's Morgan.
Oh no, I was gonna ask, can I go up to one of the statues? We'll just say I'll go up to the harpy. And,
Okay.
I wanna, like, kinda, like, take its wrist and sort of, like, squeeze my hand around it to see if I can, like, crack the clay, like, if it's very superficial, or if it's a very deep, all the way through thing.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll anything for this. You start to put pressure on it. You can feel that it's solid. It's not very it's not hollow on the inside. But the more you put pressure on it, the more it starts to crack. And you can see that like if you look at her wrist, you can see like a large crack in the way it like just sort of starts breaking apart, and it looks like mud and clay straight through.
Wait, did you just take one of them apart?
No.
There's no insight checks in here either, and I can't do that either. God damn it.
Morgan, did you just break that woman's hand?
It's not broken off.
I
but
like
it
broke
is-
part. I like took a chunk, like a little chunk out of it, like a tiny.
Morgan.
No, and I like kick it behind me. Kick the little speck that came off behind me.
Morgan, those people at one point lived.
And may actually live again if we can break whatever it is that turned them into this. That or they're just really great sculptures and we're wasting our time.
I'm not trying to break it. I'm just trying to check something.
Are you checking for flesh?
You want to try with my hammer next time?
No.
Fucking psycho?
Well, that's why.
No. No.
That's why I didn't put that much pressure on it or use my brass knuckles. I just wanted to see if it would crack off.
It's not a big chunk. It almost came off like really like it's a very small solid piece that just like it's like a line basically, and it looks like it's just spread a little bit. It's not continuously falling out. It's not like you took a finger.
If she comes back to life and says, "Why does my wrist feel weird?" We're pointing at you.
I already talked to one of her friends. I'm sure I could talk to her too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also pretty sure that she probably won't be the problem when it comes down to it. Leader, she seems to be of the protective sort.
I'll talk to her too. If you haven't noticed, a very charming individual.
Oh no, I noticed. You tried it on me and it didn't work.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
worked on him.
Worked on who?
Who did I do that to? Did I do that to
Vinny.
James?
Vinny.
Yeah.
No, it was
No.
the,
Oh, I did it to Vinny.
Oh, no, you did it to Vinny.
Oh, hell. I thought I did it to James. Did it to
Oh, that
Vinny.
was fun.
Oh right, you did it to the New Yorker.
the Yankee.
The Yankee.
Yes.
State slicker.
Well, how about we don't dismantle these good people and see if we can't bring them back into the realm of the living. And then she is going to look for a door to continue exploring.
Perfect. There is a door to the left, there is a door to the right, and there is a door moving forward. The door moving forward is broken and caved in. Unfortunately, there are like beams down in front of it. Some of the walls have collapsed in on it as well.
I'm going to go to the right. Mostly because I distinctly remember when we did this last time, we went to the left first, so we're going right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Metagaming.
No, I'm trying not to. I am desperately trying not to. So I'm heading towards room 3. So
Okay,
that's what you have
perfect.
labeled
Going
on the
to
map
the
here.
right, there is a set of like dual doors.
Can I open them?
Mhm.
Then that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Shiny just has this sword handle just kind of like this.
You are able to open the doors, and there is a small hallway. There is nothing in it. It is empty, completely empty. And then there is another set of doors.
Cool. And I open those too.
All right. Moving into this room, it's not as large as the other one was. You can still some bodies that are spewed around it. They are still in the stone and clay petrified state. There are a couple that are there's like one laying down and is curled up in on itself. There are a couple that look actually to be holding guns. And then there is one other one that looks almost just like just a teenager that's kind of just like screaming.
Do the ones that are holding guns, do they look like police officers?
One looks like a police officer. One is One is like in a uniform, and then the other one is in regular clothing, almost what it looks like. That looks like it would be like a pair of jeans, maybe a leather jacket, a trucker hat.
The guns are all modified too, right?
Yeah.
Does the police officer look familiar?
They don't look familiar, but looking at the badge, it looks like they're from this place, but looks like it's been like almost 50 years on the badge.
Keep moving forward.
Do you want to go to the up?
Sorry.
Do you want to go up in this room?
Yeah, I would have joined them. Like I would have been in the room with them. But I'm asking them. Should we keep moving?
I can't help but wonder if these guys ask themselves the same question at some point.
That's very foreboding. Thank you, James.
Well,
It's not like these guys are really saying a whole lot, so we may as well just.
well, like I said,
trudging along.
this could be something supernatural, or it could be somebody's discarded art project. I mean, do you not remember that statue carved out of clay by that Asian woman that all these Americans thought was done by a man, but was actually done by that Asian woman?
Oh,
God,
yes.
do you think I can
read
remember
about
what
that
her
one.
name is? But that the statue was really lifelike. You could imagine that the dress was actually blowing in the wind, right?
I remember
So-
that one. I did see that one.
Thank you. Oh God, thank God I'm not going crazy. Well, any more than normal. But so it could just be that whoever made these could just be exceptionally good at what they do.
They're just hiding out in a basement in a wood mill.
Hey, I did say it was a discarded project.
As one does. But they would still have to be magically inclined, and that is
Well,
interesting.
I would say that would be rare in this town, but there's like, 5 of us standing right here. So excuse me, 4 of us. Sorry,
Well,
Stuart.
Well,
It's cool.
to be honest though, I don't have any sort of magical abilities.
You're wearing something though.
Oh yeah, that was given to me by my boyfriend. It doesn't mean that I have magical abilities. I am as
Just the
human
boyfriend.
I am as human as Stuart is for now.
It's really unfortunate
I'm-
you're using me
I'm
to
a
set the
hu-
bar for humans.
I'm a human being. What the fuck?
Yeah, but Johnny, you can do magic.
I read about this.
Don't think we didn't see those swords shooting out into that freaking door.
Maybe that's just an item she's got. Maybe her boyfriend gave it to her.
Yeah, but
I need a supernatural sugar mama to give me stuff.
Yo, how could do it all?
well, maybe if we find whoever is responsible for this, maybe they'll be inclined to be your sugar mama.
I love this. It's my favorite game.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Moving up to the door, you can open it. It's very easy to open.
Well, you don't want a trap to be hard to get into.
Exactly. Moving up the stairs, whoever is going to move up, the next door you try to open, it is a large old door with an old handle. It almost kind of reminds you of that original door you've come into. There's no magic to it. But it is locked.
Are there any hinges or anything?
Don't worry, guys. I got this. I got my screwdriver. Just take off the hinges. We'll get right in, lickety split.
Okay.
I love this guy so much.
Do I have to roll anything for that, or?
Roll a cool. Act under pressure.
Hold on, I'm just gonna remember how to do that.
Just because you got everyone watching you now. That's how I'm taking it.
Holy shit!
Oh, wow! Those
Ooh.
are just
Is that double
fly
six?
off.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
That is double six.
Said this to everyone just kind of at the beginning. If anybody is to roll a double 6, I would offer inspiration because I know it is something that is not inspiration, sorry, an experience point because it is not something I think that will happen often. So Stuart, as the first person to roll a double 6, mark experience, my dude.
Boom.
Did
Saw
you
that
level
circus
up
training.
off of that, sir? 'Cause
No.
I know that you were really close.
No, I
That's
only
pretty
had
close.
2.
Did you? Okay.
I'm the one that's close.
Yeah, I think Stuart and Jernia
We're
are the
tied now.
closest now. Yeah, you guys are tied with 3 apiece.
Mhm.
It's a
James
race who can spell
and
harder.
yeah, James and Cassie don't have any experience. Morgan, I think you have. Morgan actually is up there as well.
Yeah,
3 of you
I have
have
3.
3 points. 2 of you have 0.
We're just so
Bring
good
it
at
on,
what
winners.
we do. Jason.
Yep.
Well, if it's menial labor, Stuart's all about it.
It's like, I'm fucking ready. Stuart, you are so quick. It's almost like, you know when you like watch a montage of somebody just like go right back and forth to everything? You see him quickly like it's almost like a flash, and he's like it's standing in front of you like holding his hand when it has the screws in it, and he's like, done, and then the door just slams and falls behind him.
How's that for magic? Huh? These fingers.
I can literally do magic, and that's the coolest thing I've seen today.
Shablam.
Just like he's just like standing at the top of the stairs holding like the screws in one hand, the screwdriver in another, and the door just like slowly falls behind him.
Because
I need
cool guys
artwork.
don't
I need
look at explosions.
Yes! I need artwork of this moment.
Perfect.
Puts on some shades.
Mm-hmm.
Deal
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
I love Stuart so much. Okay. In this room, Stuart, you are closest to be the first to look in. Cassie, you're flashing your flashlight in just to kind of look around and see if you can see anything, just so also Stuart can see. You notice that this room is furnished. There is a bed. There is a desk by who left.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing.
That's okay. There is a bed, there is a desk. You can see a small table that is beside the bed where an old kind of lamp sits. And then you can see a small chair and a bookshelf.
Is there anything on the desk?
There are some papers spewed about. There's a good chunk of blank ones, and there's a good chunk of, like, scribbled ones.
Nothing legible, though?
Not on those papers.
So, Morgs, this is your room, right? Big
Gee,
bed?
yes, and I walk over and I lay on the bed.
It eats you.
Oh,
No, I'm
you're
kidding.
terrible.
Oh,
It
it's
just
a mimic.
follows the-
I've been vored. Goodbye.
Okay, Maddie's going to make some food. In this, you lay on the bed. There, like, how do you lay on the bed? Do you just like go over and just like sit and then lay down? Do you like go in and like jump on it?
Oh no,
what do you do?
I like do the thing where you kind of like fall back onto it and like.
There is a lot of dust and smoke, and you are covered in dust and smoke. The blankets are extremely thin now, from like how they're moving a little bit. But yeah, you get a nice mouth and face full of dust. Your red hair is kind of like dusty now. It's a really good effect. Good night, sweet dreams.
I do like a try and get it out of my hair.
It's just dust. You have no issue.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a big dust ball as Morgan shakes all that dust off.
The dust mites are probably clinging on though.
A little bit.
So I'm not great at reading, but this bookshelf. Can anyone see anything in this?
Are you muted, Becca?
You muted. Oh, now it's frozen.
And Fro.
I was like, wow, why
There you
isn't
go.
anyone answering me? I'm being funny. Fuck you guys. I'll check the bookshelf.
The bookshelf. Looking through, there's not very many books on here. There's like a couple regular, like just novels. Looking through them, you can see like a range between like romance, fantasy, sci-fi, horror.
Fiction. Hey, I've read that one before. Fiction.
Pretty much. The there's like this is like one of those like tall 5 stacked shelves. The like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second and third shelf are the only 2 that hold books. There's nothing on the other shelves. There's
Very
like a whole bunch
likely.
of novels, and then there's a couple notebooks.
Notebooks.
Mhm.
That's something I'm into. First off, I'll lightly tap with my S-Dock handle the the bookshelf.
Okay.
Just checking.
A little bit of dust comes off the top shelf, but
Fine. Okay. Then I'll look at the notebooks.
looking through them, there are a couple, like just quickly skimming through them, there are about 5 notebooks.
Mhm.
The first 2 seem to be in the same writing, but they are in a language you do not understand.
Sure.
The third book is a new writing. This one is in another language from the first 2 books.
Sure.
The fourth book is it's not in like writing. It almost looks like they were, you know how you do lines and dots like in Morse code, or somebody had actually pressed on the pages to make almost like a binary.
Braille.
Braille, sorry, that's actually the word binary. Why was I? Am I thinking back to Binary Heroes?
Yes.
Robot.
Braille.
Okay. Is it like
s-
raised up like Braille?
Mhm.
Okay.
Some of them is a little bit raised up. Some of them you can see where the dots are, but they're not raised up anymore. They're still like the books, like these pages are like, you can tell that these are more along the handmade sort of books. Like they had taken sheets, cut them down to size, put them in this leather backing.
Mhm.
The last book is in English,
Okay.
and it is in some of it is in some of it is in English that you can read and understand. It almost seems like talking like as a madman or a madwoman, but they
Mad
just
person.
they didn't really have cohesive thoughts whenever they wrote. And then the other script is in a language that you have never seen written.
Okay. So that's what, 5 books?
5 books.
Okay. Morgan,
Yes,
could you come here for a moment and
of course.
wipe some more dust off? But come here for a sec, please. Thank
Yes.
you. I don't need any of that. I'm highly allergic. I hate this. Anyway, here, take these, and I'll show him the first 2 books.
'Kay.
Can you read anything off of these?
And I'll hold like one in each hand. Do I recognize anything?
Here's a question for actually both of you, Jernia, and I will ask Cassie this one. Actually, I'll ask everybody this. What languages does your characters know?
I don't know. Fuck.
Barely English.
English,
Okay.
Spanish, and then I would know the basics of runes. I think
Sorry, what?
the rune thingy.
The runes. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Is this
It's a-
clearly a human language, or is this
Yes.
otherworldly?
This is a human language.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Never mind then.
Probably the only language I would know based because of
You would
Dad.
definitely, yeah. You've definitely heard Dad speak another language, which he has taught some of you too, that you could count as sort of like an infernal language.
Okay, we'll just say that because I had a school requirement, I know the basics of some language. I'll say French. La la.
French, perfect. Does James know any other languages, maybe?
I would say he might not be fluent in it, but I would say he's working on Latin.
Latin?
The first
Okay.
advancement I plan to take with him is the Mystic Library option.
Okay, perfect.
I would
okay,
also
so-
like to renege what I was doing because if I knew it was if I recognize it as a human language, even if
You
I don't
do have
recognize-
5 books to look through, and I'll go through them. I just want to double check what languages everybody would know.
Okay.
If everybody could actually like write that down somewhere, maybe just in the Monster of the Week channel. That way, I can see them and I'll write them down later, just so that I know everybody knows.
There's a history notes on your character sheet.
Oh, perfect. Put them there. Oh yeah, it's like right at the bottom. Perfect. None of these books, except for the last one, Morgan, is a language you recognize. You don't openly know this language. Your father has shown you books on it, but it is more like what would be counted as an angelic script. You don't know what any of the symbols mean. You don't know what any words from it. Your father has been like, this is what this looks like, and we're done.
Can I like phonetically? Like, do I like?
And
Can
the
I?
angelic? No, unless your father would have never openly taught you this angelic language. He would have taught you more of the infernal script, whatever whatever small amount he would have. Those are two different languages. The infernal script kind of has a more roughness to it, while the angelic is very fluid and there are a lot of like small circles in it and very pretty.
Okay.
Never mind then. Nothing.
Depending on what Cassie knows whenever she comes back, none of the rest of the books are in a language you guys understand.
Okay.
Well, this is, and he'll hold up the angelic book. He'll say, I'm familiar with this language. I don't know what it says. It's angelic. It's otherworldly.
Angelic like angels?
Yeah, like angels.
Huh.
I only know like a demonic, infernal.
Yeah, we could have guessed that one.
I've played D&D a few times. I know how that works.
So maybe my dad would know, but it would be a pain in the ass to send him a picture of every single page in this book and ask him to translate for us.
Cell signal's also pretty shitty right now.
He loves me, so maybe eventually he would do it, but
Well, let's I'll tell you what. Let's take pictures of it and see if maybe when we get back to, the surface.
why don't we just take it? What's stopping us from taking this book?
Is that stealing?
Yes, the
No.
devil's trying to tempt us
That
into
is kinda
stealing.
stealing.
The devil is my father. I'm kidding.
Fair enough. That's right. You're Rosemary's baby.
Well, you feel free to steal. I'm gonna be a good boy.
All right, well, I'm stealing. I am taking that, and I'll take the other books too.
I will offer them to him.
I will give you some notes on those books after session.
Okay. Just remember, guys, we don't have to be pussies here. We're trying to solve a crime.
A meow comes from your
Steal.
bag.
Oh yeah, my
yeah.
pussy.
Nice little black slimy cat.
Yeah.
With one eye.
One big eye. Him good boy. Small boy, sorry.
I kind of like look over at Small Boy as he I assume he pokes his head out or something.
Mhm.
Hi. You might have gotten off on the wrong foot because you kind of took a beeline towards the dolls. How you doing?
Just blinks at you.
Okay,
Don't know what I expected. Okay.
fair enough.
It's got one eye. Is it blinking or is it winking at us? We'll never know.
That's true. Is he flirting? Is he just odd? Alright.
Yeah. To say for fun, I would have like done the same thing I did with the little kid in the hospital, like this in front of the cat and seeing what he does.
Oh, he follows the magic with his like eye, and he like just keeps moving his head in turn with where you are moving your
Kind of like this.
hands.
Cool. You seem to know what magic is. Or maybe it's pretty lights. Who knows?
It's like a laser pointer.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to explore in this room?
So there's a book. Books in weird languages, one of them being literally celestial.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't anything else on that bookshelf besides that stuff?
Just a lot of fiction novels otherwise. Fiction. There was like a couple like based off of true stories, but that's about it. There was probably a Bible there. but it's been like
Of course.
moved off to the side. It's also in like
like we need it.
It's like literally defaced or something.
oh no, it wouldn't be it just is very old now.
What translation is it?
I touch it and it singes my hand.
What translation is it? That's a good idea. That's a good question. Um,
I mean, it could be basic King James. That goes back a long way, but
yeah. Let's see.
He's literally googling the translations of the Bibles now.
You have no idea.
there's a
what
lot
I'm
of translations.
doing. There is a lot of translations, yeah. I'm looking for a year that's weird. A year that's good. It's in English. It is I just saw it. The Grail Psalms version? Book of Psalms? 1963.
Okay. Flip over to the front. Some old Bibles would have like a couple of pages in the front or back for like family trees.
Yep.
Does it have something like that? And are there any names written on it?
There are a lot of names that are like the pages are so old and worn on these books now that they're a little smudged. And it's not just like if I remember correctly, I know some Bibles have like very, very thin pages. Like I remember the sound of them sometimes. But it just seems like some of the ink that has faded. You could probably get it looked at by someone to make sure that you could get the names out of it, but none of the names are completely clear to you.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. I have a question for you, Maddie.
Yes.
What languages would Cassie know?
Well, English.
Okay. Is that it?
Given that she's from the South, probably Spanish as well.
Okay.
And given her attraction to the supernatural, probably Latin.
Okay. Perfect. Whenever you get the chance, on the bottom of your character sheet in Roll20, in your history and notes, go write down what languages you know.
Yep.
They were looking at books earlier. Unfortunately, none of the books were in those languages. Okay.
However, I may be able to identify what language it's in, given the fact that many languages have derivatives from Latin.
Spanish.
Latin.
Yeah. Well, Morgan has them.
Yep.
Okay.
I will give like that quick thing just because you weren't here for it. To look that you also looked at the books.
Okay.
The first two are in German.
Okay.
The third one is in, where is it? I wrote this down. Where did it go? You know, if I could actually physically find where I had written it, that would also be great. The third book is in Hungarian.
Okay.
And then the fourth book is in Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, not even close.
Is it kanji Japanese or is it like Romanized?
Let me think about that.
Okay. So I feel like if I looked at the fourth one and I was like, oh, that's Japanese, just because you know what kanji, most people know what kanji looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people mistake Japanese kanji for the Chinese symbols as well.
It's Romanized.
Gotcha.
I didn't actually specify that, but I just quickly looked up to see which ones are which because I'm a fool. But that's that. Yep. Sorry, James, you were still looking at the Bible. Was there any more questions about it?
Oh, the translation. You said some of the names were smudged. Are any of them legible?
A couple of them would be. I will have to get back to you with those names, though.
Okay, it's not immediately relevant.
No.
I'll snap some pictures of the pages.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else being explored for you guys?
It's kind of a long shot, but Stuart's going to take a little quick peek under the bed.
Okay. It's the same as everything else in the room. It is very dusty, and there is like the bed is like in the far corner of the room, and it is like it's just a regular twin bed, big enough for one person, and it's pushed right into the corner. You can see one small box pushed way far back in the corner underneath the bed.
Guys, I'm afraid to say anything, but there's a box under the bed.
Well, why don't you
guess I'll
just
get
pull
it.
it out?
Well, I don't want to turn to mud.
That's
Oh,
fair, actually. That's pretty
I'll
fair.
help you. Is a twin bed? I just
Yeah.
pick it up.
Yeah.
I scoot it away from the wall and reach down and pick out the box. Here you go, buddy.
Damn, James. Okay.
And I guess
Weird.
Stuart's just going to put it on the bed and then, I guess, open the box.
All right.
Okay.
In the box are pictures. There are drawn pictures, and there are old sort of framed photo, like not framed photos, but like old, like almost Polaroids.
Okay. Does anyone know who's in these Polaroids?
Assuming there's
Probably not.
people.
If everyone gathers around, those who have met the Harpies, you see an old photo of them as a group. You can see the leader and her two sides. James, you recognize Nell. And then there is a younger girl in the photo. She's not like a child. She's like an older teen almost. That is also in the photo. Cassie, you don't remember seeing her come in on the motorcycles with the rest of the crew. There are a couple other photos. There is one of a large group in front of a very big house that is surrounded by trees. They're all sort of like, even the Harpies are in this photo. You can all see them sort of they look happy in this photo. There is there's a man and a woman and standing beside what could possibly be their son. There is another younger boy that is leaning on an axe. Like, he's got the head of the axe down on the ground and he is leaning forward on it. He is standing beside the other younger boy. There is a older man in what seems like a doctor's jacket. And then there is one older man. Jernia, you looking at this photo, you see Quincy in this man, but this man looks a lot older, and he is standing beside a young boy that he has his hand on.
Would I be able to make the inference that that's Quincy and the small child? Or is that just, that's a funny coincidence?
Well, looking at it, you might guess that maybe the younger guy could be Quincy, and that the older man is like his father. They look a lot alike, even from a child to a father type figure.
I will take that picture.
Okay. There are a couple other drawn pictures in here. Somebody has sketched out these people individually's faces. As you start dwelling more and more into the box, you can see that it's almost like they started to forget what these people looked like. You can see one at the beginning of the box that, you can definitely see, I'll use Nell as an example. You can see that it is Nell. and like the image is crisp and the image looks exactly like her in the photo. And then once you get down to one that's farther into the box, the image is altered in different ways. Like her face isn't sitting right. You can see that they've drawn the wrong hair on her. It's almost like two different photos, two different people.
None of us are in here, right?
No.
Okay, good.
James
been
checks the back of the
scary.
photos to see if there's any dates or names written on it.
Yep. You can see dates that are on the drawn pictures. There are no dates. On the actual Polaroid photos, there are dates that date back like 10 years, 15 years. The closest one to would have been 8 years ago, which was that large group photo.
How long do harpies live? James is just kind of asking this to the room.
Harpies in mythology, they died pretty quickly.
I can't say I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with the harpies themselves. I do have one of their numbers on the off chance that schedules aligned and I would have time, but I'll be honest, I met them this morning and here we are now. So
Life is funny. Here we are rummaging through some weirdo's room.
James, in that group photo, the man in the trench coat, not the trench coat, the doctor's like coat, you recognize him as the old police station's mortician. You know that he has recently passed away.
Okay.
It's been like a couple months, but you know he's like in the town that he's passed away.
So I'd know his name and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay.
Which I do have that name, which I will find for you.
It's okay, I don't take notes, I'll just have to ask you again later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I was taking notes for this game. What did I do with my notebook? Oh, it's across the room. It's too far.
We'll come back to that. It's fine. I will make sure to, once I get that name out, I will put it in the chat.
Okay. Yes. And this is all still in room 2, right?
Yes.
I wonder what the ominous black circle in room 1 is.
Let's go find out. Was there anything else of interest in this room?
Nope.
Like, through the
There was
bookcase,
just
through
the
bed.
the desk, the bookcase, the bed, and a little side table with an old lamp that does not work anymore.
Is there a
Does this-
drawer? On
Does the side table have a drawer?
The door?
No, a drawer on the side table.
Yep. Opening it up, it's just it's stacked with a bunch of photos.
So we need more people. Okay.
You guys are gonna have to look at this. I don't know anybody in this town aside from you bunch.
James will walk over and start flipping through the pictures. Or maybe take them over to the bed and start laying them out where everybody can see them good.
do any of them look like somebody who's been reported missing?
Nope.
Is there a light switch in this room?
There is.
I'll go flip that and see if the lights come on.
Not working.
Of course.
That was
It's worth checking though. I'd feel silly if we run into a big monster later and it flips the lights on so we can see while it eats us.
Oh no, yeah, of course. I mean,
That's
I'd be
fair.
slapping myself.
Nope. Besides everything else that's been in this room, there is one door to the side. You can see that there is more rubble across the store, but there is a very small space to get through.
Stuart
mean, if
lights
you-
up at the chance.
I mean, if you guys want me to go look in this little hole here, you might need
Well-
to push me through a bit.
Well, I mean, you can also just push the rubble away. Maybe. May take a little longer, but then we can all fit.
Yeah, all right.
I'll help you with that.
So yeah, I guess we'll try and move some of this rubble.
All
I will
right.
use magic to move it. I'm not going to do that by hand. You crazy?
Oh, okay. Fancy.
That's for
Stuart's like,
peons.
okay, let's get to work, and you just see Jarnia like,
Using the force. Just pulled the X-Wing out of the swamp.
yeah. It takes some time, but you guys are easily able to move this rubble easily, I say. It does take a bit of time. It takes you, like, guys, like 20 to 30 minutes almost to move all the rubble that has been in the way.
That's fine. Better in a group than going by ourselves.
Yeah, it feels a lot safer this way.
There are the doors that were there, they were just in pieces. You guys were able to move them aside and go through.
Still holding my stock handle out. Still kind of
Okay.
glowing blue a little bit, just like. Okay. Forward then.
Mhm.
Just like,
There is another set of doors in front of you.
is it locked?
Nope. It's a little stiff to open, but you are able to open it. Are you
Alright.
all going through?
Yes.
Yeah?
I will. Yes? Question mark?
It's the room 1. It's gonna be something spooky inside.
Cassie
Pushing
will go
op-
through first since she has the flashlight.
Okay. Pushing
Door
open
right
this
there with you.
door and looking through this room, it is a stark, empty room with a pit in the center. There are rails around the pit, but there
OSHA
is
compliant.
What
but
did you
there
say?
is
I said OSHA compliant. Look, a lot of
Listen.
supervillains and people don't bother with that sort of thing.
safety first. Listen, I do a lot of things.
It's okay.
And
I,
you know
Yellow
what? Your
vest,
safety
everything.
is important for me,
I'm
okay?
vividly remembering the holding cell from the Doom movie that is literally just a circle with electrified walls.
There's something in the center of this pit. It is a very tall pillar. Yeah, no, this big monster just reaches out his hand. It's huge. He grabs all of you and just swallows you whole.
That's
No.
it.
Okay, what
We're
are we playing
done.
next?
Alright.
New
I'll do
monster.
the next one, guys.
We'll start again. I'm kidding. Perfect. There is a large pillar in the center. It is basically just like a stone pillar. But looking around the rest of the room, there is not very much in this room. You can see the other doors that go down. One goes to the north, one goes north, south, east, west, east. I don't remember. I don't have a compass. Hold on.
North, south, east, and west.
Yeah, I know that.
Never eat shredded wheat.
That works too.
I just hold on. It's fine. It's okay. There are other doors that you guys can open. That's no issue that you guys can open and look around in. Actually, they may be an issue. You guys haven't tried them. But there's the large pit in the center, and there is a pillar that is standing up in the center as well.
Does
At
it
the
jut
top,
up all the way to the ceiling?
at the top of the dirt pillar, there is a statue.
Like the
And-
other ones we've run across.
Yes, but this statue is not it's not screaming, it's not hiding, it's not trying to keep itself like protected kind of thing.
What kind of pose is it in?
It's just standing.
Just standing, just
Like a
there?
mannequin, sort of.
It's got like his hands out, it looks like it's going for a sick jog. Activewear. How close do you guys get to the edge of the pit?
Close enough to look over, just see how deep the pit is.
Shine the light down it.
Shine the light down it. It almost looks like it doesn't end. Where your light finishes, it looks like it keeps going down.
I have a weird
Looking
idea.
at the statue, Stuart, you said you were you were like looking over. James, were you looking over the railing as well?
Yeah, I was right next to Stuart with the light.
Okay. Stuart, you look back up to this statue, and it isn't the same statue you saw before. The statue you see there it's Bruno, it's your brother.
Guys, this is really weird. That thing just looks like Bruno.
Do we see Bruno when
Who?
we look at it?
Oh, my brother Bruno. Bruno.
Oh. I've never met him, so
Sorry.
I couldn't say.
Jernia, you look up at it, and you see a male figure, but you recognize this male figure. It looks like your uncle.
That's. See Bruno, I'll say that much.
I mean, how can you say that? It looks just like Bruno. That's wild.
Unless Bruno looks just like my uncle. I don't think so.
Okay, it could. I mean, maybe the twins. No, hold on.
Can I look at that picture?
At the statue?
Or the statue? That's what I meant.
Looking up at the statue, you see a familiar face. Actually, you see a couple familiar faces. It almost like it shifts into different things. You see your mom 1 second, you see your dad another, you see some other people that you knew and grew up with. You see Bones, you see Salem, you see Doll, you see a lot of different faces. James, looking up at this statue, you see your grandfather, you see your mom, you see glimpses of a man that you don't know, and then it shifts back and goes back to your mom and goes back to your grandfather, and it just shifts between those two almost as if it's like a static sort of appearance.
I'm sitting in somebody's Discord.
Cassie, looking up at the statue, you see your boyfriend. You see some other people that you've worked with. You see some other people you've worked with in the past. There are a lot of different faces before it sits and stays on your boyfriend.
Stuart, what did you say that you saw?
Well, I've seen my brother.
James pulls his phone out and takes a picture of it and sees what the picture looks like.
Okay. The picture looks like a blur.
Ooh.
Hold that up to everybody.
It's showing us what we want.
James,
to
your
see.
hands were shaking or something, bud.
No.
You didn't
It's showing us what we want to see, Stuart.
I-
Because I have no idea what your brother looks like, but he sure in the hell doesn't look like my boyfriend.
Doesn't look like my uncle.
It only showed me a couple of things I wanted to say.
Okay. I'll take your word for it, but I mean, I see Bruno. So, but this is some weird stuff.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. That is probably exactly what you're seeing. But we're all seeing something different. So it's showing us what we want to see.
I mean, is yours doing anything? Because Bruno's just standing there. He's not doing anything.
No, he's just standing there. It might be an attempt to elicit a immediate response in so much as to climb into the pit and touch the statue.
Well, who the hell's gonna fall for that? It's a giant pit. This is stupid.
All of us, baby.
Somebody who doesn't understand what they're doing here, who stumbled in on accident, and sees their loved one as a statue, is immediately going to panic and touch the statue.
Yeah, I suppose under circumstances, you're right. Still stupid though. Like if you're gonna fall for this, like it's not Bruno. Bruno's working today.
I love
Stuart
I love
so
him,
much.
Stuart, so much. I would like to investigate this mystery
Okay.
using my forensic divination.
Okay.
Okay. One shop. 11.
11. Perfect. So, on a 10 plus, you can hold 2. Plus, one of the questions you can ask is what magic was done here.
Correct.
Perfect. So, the questions that you have: what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What is it going to do? What is being concealed here?
What sort of creature is it?
I was expecting that question to be asked, and I was actually going to tell you that that is one question that you probably can't use. Unfortunately, looking at this, you've never read about something like this.
Okay.
Looking at this, it looks like a stone statue. It looks like a stone creature.
Okay.
Or it basically looks like a stone statue. You've never openly read about something like this before. So I will let you take another question instead of what kind of creature is it.
Okay. I will say, what happened here?
What happened here? So from the idea of when you came in and looking in those rooms at those statues, what you can guess is this was something that was meant to be sealed away. Something that you can guess something that's been meant to be sealed away and that has gotten out.
Okay. I will relay that to the party.
Yeah.
What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here? You can guess what is being concealed here. Something old, something ancient. Something that would probably do a lot of harm.
Whatever's here, guys, it's very dangerous. Probably older than his dad. Pointing at Morgan. Demons live forever, right?
My father is the ripe young age of 1300. Relax.
Older than that. And then
I don't know how old he actually is.
And then forensic divination.
Okay, perfect. What magic was done here? It is, from what you can tell, a sealing sort of magic.
Mhm.
But something has cracked. You can actually sense that this is not as strong as what you would expect to be here.
So like a lessened version of the containment magic?
Mhm.
Okay. So the magic here in this room is, or in that in particular, is weak. It's fading. Whatever's in there is actively trying to come out, I think. And maybe it has been for a while.
The door we came in was getting weaker too.
Yeah.
But it was still shut, so that's probably not the way it got out. There may be another entrance in here somewhere.
What if it's that thing?
Did you say there was a lamp on that little table in the bedroom?
Yep.
I'll go grab the lamp.
Yep.
Where are
Okay.
you going?
I drop it down the pit.
Okay. You've been waiting for what feel like basically minutes as this continues to fall, and when it does fall, it is such a far away and low thump when it hits that you're sure that what can I guess it would be? Well past an 80-foot drop? Well past a 100-foot drop?
Can I fly down there?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Nice knowing you, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgster, maybe don't do that. That doesn't seem like a great idea.
I'll be fine. I got like 8 more lives or something. Dad keeps track of me. Maybe.
If he dies, where's he going to go? Detroit? His dad will just send him back.
Dad loves me. He'd keep me.
Hopefully.
If
We'll see.
there's anything left of you to keep.
Yeah, that's really encouraging, guys.
Well, I mean,
We love-
don't touch the thing.
I'm not gonna. I just want to look. I am probably the only one that can get down there. So,
I mean, we can get down there. It's getting back up is the issue and staying alive.
well, then I can the only one who can go down and get back up. Is it better?
It's your
Do
call.
you want me to carry you or something?
No, God, no. I'll pass.
Has changed.
I'll hand Morgan my flashlight
Cool.
and then turn a lot on my phone.
I was gonna be like, let me keep small boy for now.
Then I'm going on a little adventure.
Okay. Down in this, the pillar in the center never shape. It keeps its solid. You'd feel like at the point where it's like at its tip that it would sway or it would even crack at some point. It has kept solid, and it's like perfect, basically. Cylinder shape, hose-like shape. Let's do that. Getting to the bottom, it is dark, and it is. Humid's not the word I'm looking for. Damp. It is a damp by the time you get down here. Down to the bottom, do you land?
Well, what does it look like? Because I have the flashlight. So, like,
Yeah,
what does
okay.
what does the floor look
Perfect.
like?
Mud, almost. It doesn't look. It looks just like regular sort of mud.
Oh, okay. I will cautiously land. I won't put my full body weight on quite yet, just in case this is like just a sinkhole and I'm gonna die if I
Okay.
fall in.
The ground is pretty solid. There's like maybe like half an inch or like an inch of what would be considered like dirt mud, basically. Just regular
Alright.
dirt mud.
Well, then I will let my body weight down onto the dirt mud.
Perfect. Looking around with the flashlight, you can only see one little sort of almost looks like it's handmade dugout, and there is a small body inside.
Body, like it's definitely a cadaver.
It's curled in on itself. Like sitting curled in on itself.
Does this body look like? Does it look human or is it way decomposed?
It looks human.
Okay.
It has long hair. It is a very small frame, only almost like a child.
Does this look like any of the statues that we saw?
No.
Hmm.
In fact, it's shivering.
Oh. I will very cautiously approach it
Okay.
and say, like, are you okay? Hello? Are you alive?
Its head snaps around, and you see the face of a little girl.
Oh.
Her face is muddy, except for like the sort of tear streaks so that she's been crying. You can kind of tell that her hair would have been blonde if it wasn't so dirty. She's got big, bright blue eyes. And she kind of looks at you and she tries backing away more into the hole, even though it stops.
Whoa, no. I'm not going to hurt you. Are you okay? What happened?
She's shaking as she's holding up her hands. You can see the way her hands look. It's not just dirt that is covering her fingers. There is a sort of almost looks like it's like when you get tattoos and you've got tattoo ink on your skin, that sort of black inkiness. It looks like it's something up her fingers and has moved up over her hands. as she just kind of holds her hands out and like is like shaking.
Do you want me to get you out of here?
It takes her a quick second to get up to her feet. You can tell that she hasn't eaten in a good chunk of time. Before she kind of like almost semi-crawls and makes her way towards you.
I will like pick her up and hold her against my torso.
Okay. You're a little dirty now, but you have her.
Yeah.
She's like gripping onto you.
I'll hold on to her tight and I will fly back up, child in my arms.
Everyone else, as Morgan comes back up, you see him have a sort of small body in his arms and is against his chest.
She's alive. She's probably hungry. I think
Not
she
gonna-
has something that affected that girl. She's got that blackness on her hands. I don't know if it's related, but
Do we
Is it the girl from
recognize
the escape the hospital?
is this the same girl?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Well, I didn't. Okay.
To be fair,
I
don't think Morgan would have known that anyway.
Yeah, I don't
because
think
he just-
Morgan would have known the
Morgan
girl
did
was
not
just...
know that he was not there. I was not even there for the session, so
Yeah.
No, you were. You were there.
in the hospital, but Morgan.
you
I
had
wasn't
gone
there
off
for
to
the first
call.
session.
You had gone off to call your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well,
But yes,
holy
this is the girl from that
shit,
family.
Morgan. You
Mystery solved.
you found the girl.
Do we just bring her back, right?
Well, I think there's something supernatural going on here, so maybe we figure that out and then return the girl to her family, but she does look like she's either cold and or hungry, as you said. However, I can't say that I carry snacks around with me for children.
I have leftover crepes. Crepes, scones?
Scones?
No, crepes, I was right.
Scones,
that's it. Scones.
Cannolis.
Little flat pancakes.
Cannolis.
Yeah.
I have some scones.
Yeah.
Is there a
Scones, yes.
magical effect on the girl?
You can see her hands are glowing. Whatever is that black ink, it is slowly basically taking over. Or it's roaming.
May I roll investigate a mystery,
Of course.
which I can use? Let's see. The telepathy can factor into that.
Can I help him?
The
investigate
sight.
history?
So anything I can pick out of her head, anything I can see with my sight, any of that kind of stuff would kind of all go
Never
together
mind.
for this.
Okay.
What was that, Deca?
I was gonna say I could help you out, but if you're doing it mentally, I can't really help you out with it.
Let's see. And I roll. Do I roll my weird for that or?
It's usually sharp.
Yeah, usually. I was making sure it's the same thing. It just gives me those other avenues to pull clues from.
Mhm.
All right, so plus sharp.
Ooh.
Finally, an experience.
A criminal
Finally, he's
experience.
not perfect.
Finally, he's not perfect.
I was so tired of showing you all up. Ugh.
Yes, of course, James with a 6. Please take an experience point. Now, unfortunately, investigate a mystery will not really work. Just from telepathy that you can pick up off of her mind, she has spots missing in her memory. You see her at the campground, then there is a blank spot, and then she is at the campground still, but in a different position. You see her days up to the circus, then you see her throw up, and she goes black again. And then you see her wake up in what was the pit at the bottom. You see a child who looks exactly like her reach out and touch her hands. That's when the black ink starts to spread, and then the child in front of her disappears. That is what you see and pick out from her memory.
Hmm. I'll convey that. James will convey that to everybody.
Oh man. I don't want to be insensitive here, but maybe we should do something about that before we start taking her back.
It's actually at this time that small boy in your bag. Where did you put him? Actually, were you holding on to him, Jernia? Because I know you took him from Morgan.
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't realize that came through. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I heard that. Sorry.
Okay. It's kind of like this.
Did you just like put him beside you? Did you like put the bag on?
The bag's on, and it's kind of like a side thing.
Okay. He is right now. He wants to get out.
I think Vinny ever let him have.
Just let him out.
Just open the flap. See what he does.
You see him get out and actually move towards the little girl. Morgan, are you still holding her, or have you put her down?
I'm probably still holding her.
Okay. Small boy starts like scratching and pawing at your leg, trying more to get to the girl than to be a nuisance to you.
Cassie would lift the small thing up just since Morgan's arms are full of child.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lifting the cat up, it when a cat like punches its head forward to get pets, it quickly nuzzles into the girl until her hands finally sort of rest on it. You see small boy in that sense. James, you see it really well because you can see the transfer of it. The black ink that is on this little girl's hands quickly rolls back off of her skin and goes onto and into small boy. He does grow a little bit bigger than what his original size was. But the ink that was on the girl's hands are gone. And that is when the ground starts to shake. Small boy quickly jumps out of Cassie's arms. And sort of dashes off and disappears.
But wait.
There he goes. Him gone.
Chase him?
I think we might need to get out of here first.
Out.
I need everybody to. It's like a dex save, but y'all, I need y'all to do an act under pressure roll as you guys start running.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh, goody.
That's a double 6.
Yeah, it is.
Morgan. That's wow, second double 6 of the night. Morgan, go ahead, mark an experience.
Let me double check and see if I have anything.
James is too studious to do any sort of running.
Actually, James can also mark experience.
Yep.
Because that is
I
technically
get
a fail. And then
Cool
Cody
is
gets
not
to mark
James's
experience as well.
I'm
Because
just gonna
that is
sit
a
here
failure.
and apparently I'm the only one who knows how to run.
I know
He knows how to run, and he's
you
even
know how to
holding a
run
child.
with the child. So you kind of got one up on me because you're running with a child.
Morgan's like daintily skipping.
With
The
what?
child.
You know, Morgan just forgoes the whole running thing and just flies.
There he goes. That's true. He could fly if he so desires. There are bright beams of light that come down into this room. Looking around this room earlier, you didn't see any sort of spotlights. Not the way that this is going. Cassie, you're the first one to make it out. Morgan quickly trailing behind. You make sure that he can quickly get out behind you, past you as well, as you're watching to make sure everyone gets out. Jernia is next. Jason. It says Jason, but I see James. James, you get caught. As it just sort of one of the lights quickly slides past your arm, and you can feel this heaviness suddenly to part of your limb as it quickly starts to burn, and It looks like it's turning to stone as you continue to run. Stuart, you were caught by surprise a little bit. I guess it's just saying that Stuart can't run really well would be the best thing that happens. You are caught almost full in the chest
Oh, shit.
by one of the beams of light, and there is a heaviness in your chest as it quickly starts to spread across your clothing and across your skin, and you begin to turn to stone.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Damn, that's a failure.
With a 4, I apologize.
on,
You
guys.
guys make it back into the room where you can see where the bed and the bookshelf had been, and Morgan, you are the first one to kind of come face to face with Quincy, the bookstore owner. You see him sort of eye you for a second, eye the child, before he looks behind and sees Jernia and James.
Vectis, trying to get them all.
Yep, James slowly turning, and he sees Stuart quickly across his chest. Stuart, you're still able to move and walk right now as you get back up into that room. You see Quincy stop you guys for a moment. The door that was, like you went up the stairs, Stuart, that you had quickly, like, basically made work of. You see Quincy quickly push it back up. He holds his hand to it. James, you're the one that sees this magic as Quincy's hand glows a light gold. And there, once he moves his hands, there is a symbol on the door. He opens the door, and the path down the stairs isn't the same from before. Now you see a hallway, and you see a bookshelf with blank dolls on it. You've seen the dolls in Quincy's shop before, but now you're seeing just blank white ones. Quincy, without a word, quickly starts ushering you guys through. Morgan, Cassie, Jernia, James, and Stuart. At this point, it's like really spreading over you now. Quincy, without even a second like question, grabs you and quickly pushes you through the door and slams the door shut behind him. I don't have time for questions right now. I have you two to deal with. He's pointing at James and he's pointing at Stuart. He quickly moves everyone into the front store. All of the blinds are down. Jernia, you didn't even realize that you guys had blinds. All of the blinds are down. The store is moved to closed. And Quincy quickly finds a seat for both James and for Stuart. Couple minutes later, he comes back with 2 blank dolls. And looking at these dolls, it's almost strange. It almost, like, in doll proportions, James, they would match you. And Stuart, the one that Quincy hands to you would match you as well.
I don't think I like where this is going, Stuart.
Quite honestly, I can't breathe.
Quincy quickly passes you both the dolls, and James, it's a little quicker for you. You see the stone that was on you quickly start to disappear and go onto the doll instead. On the doll, it then continues to spread until it is completely covered in that clay like mud. Stuart, it takes a little bit longer and it's a little bit more of a painful matter. The stone that is quickly like subsiding from like your legs, from your waist, from your chest is moving on to the doll that Quincy had given you as well. And that doll is quickly encased as well in stone. Quincy takes both of these dolls and leaves the main room, the main storefront for a moment, going back into that hallway. But he's left the door open. Instead of going towards the door that you guys had all come through, he moves to the other door, which Jernia, you would know as his room. And you don't see after that what has happened to the dolls, but he comes back out without the dolls afterwards.
The incinerator.
Now, I'm not sure what you are all trying to do, but I see that you have the girl back.
She doesn't have the stuff anymore.
The stuff.
Right, you don't. I took pictures for you. The inky stuff that I showed you.
Oh, yes, the inky stuff. Well, that's good, then.
I hope so.
James, Stuart, how are you both feeling?
How are we feeling?
Like
How
a
are
breathe
you
again, that's great.
I can breathe.
Cool.
There's tenderness where the stone had spread. Like, James, for you, because it hadn't hit you full force like it had Stuart, you've got a dull ache in your arm. But other than that, you feel fine. Stuart, you're a little more sore all over, but you can breathe, you can move. It is a very, like, consistent dull ache pain for both of you where the stone had spread.
Arthritis is a bitch, guys.
What was that harpy's name? Nelly?
Nell?
Nell.
Yeah.
Let's see. How would I put it? Well, I saw him in a picture with the harpies.
There was the picture, it was like an older version of Quincy, and then there was a younger, like, child, like 7 or 8, in the photo.
So, James is sitting there massaging his arm. We saw one of the harpies, Nell, completely transformed.
That explains where she's gone. Okay.
Jernia goes through her like pockets and she like, look. Now show him the picture.
Oh, that is an old photo. It's a very old photo. Where did you took it from the room?
Yes.
Maddie, you're muted.
Thank you. I was typing to somebody about something for school. So, while I appreciate the rescue for our 2 compatriots here, how in the Sam hell did you find us?
Jernia did text me.
And it went through?
Yes.
Interesting.
There was the beginning text that you were at the woodmill.
My dad didn't text me back.
Yeah, but I think that might be other issues than just...
No, he loves me.
Okay,
yes,
dear.
he does, Morgan.
Sure,
Yes,
I'm sure he does.
None of the party believe that.
What were y'all, Quincy? What were y'all trying to keep contained there? Cause it's out, whatever it is.
It is an old magic. We didn't contain it. It's been contained for hundreds of years. Unfortunately, we were the ones that came after the ones it got out on. My father, Dr. Prince, which is the name of the doctor you would recognize. A couple of the harpies, who he names off. We've lost some of them. Some of them are missing, and myself, some of the other harpies, we're trying to recontain it, but unfortunately it's causing a little bit of havoc, I see.
Do you know where it might have gone to?
It's probably still there, actually.
What does it look like?
You see, that's another good question I can't really answer. There's no record of it for reason. Because we did not want people poking in on this.
So there's no record, so you don't know.
I don't know what it looks like. We know what it tries to do, and obviously you stopped it from doing it to the little girl.
Well, what does it try to do?
Live?
Well, that was a vague answer. Thanks for that.
Is it the statue in the middle that keeps changing form?
Yes.
Is that the actual thing?
No, that is more a trick, as you've sort of seen with the statues among the grounds. It will take form of something either you know or you miss, and it will try to lure you in. It will see if you are a right fit. If you are, it will try and take you. If you are not, you will turn to stone.
What happens if it takes someone?
It starts the transfer, which I'm guessing it started on the little girl, but I noticed there's no change in her skin.
Yeah,
it was on her hands.
No, can't help.
We had a small little supernatural creature. It kind of looked like this, and then she'll flip to one of the pages in her journal and show it to him.
Oh. I didn't think this still existed.
However, as soon as the building started to shake and rumble and the stone beams, I guess we'll call them, started to shoot out, it just disappeared and we lost track of where it went.
Well, if it's what I think it is, it'll find its way back.
Is it okay? I mean, it took it literally took the inkiness.
I guess you can count it as a bank of sorts. It will change and grow when it takes on, I don't know how to describe it, unfortunately. It's been a very long time since this thing has done anything of the sorts.
It's the Green Mile.
A sin eater?
Have a way. There used to be many of them, actually, they used to be they used to work along, think of a canine unit, but it's not really a canine.
So it was
does it have a name?
Magical C9 unit is what you're telling me.
C9, they all take different forms. I've heard of cats, I've heard of humans.
Does it have a name?
I would have to go researching. I can find it, and I can give you all the notes on it.
I would appreciate that, actually. I'm very interested.
Is there a way to protect this girl from further being targeted by this creature?
I can take her, I can place a ward on her of sorts, but we can't keep her from our family.
No, that's what I mean. Is there some sort of supernatural way we can protect her from the thing that was trying to consume her, so that we can return her to her family?
I can...
If you can ward her, maybe you can ward the house?
Warding the house is quite different. Morgan, may I take her?
Yes, and he'll put her down. Can she stand up?
She's a little wobbly, but Quincy is quick to kind of scoop her up in his arms and hold her on his hip. He walks around the store with her for a couple minutes, and he starts pointing out some of the dolls that are among the store. He asks her which one she likes most, which one she is drawn to. She takes a good chunk of time as she is looking over these dolls before she quickly stops on a light sort of, it's got light pinks and whites as its color. It has 5 eyes that looked closed. It is the only doll that has some blush on it. Quincy kind of laughs for a moment. He's like, Foster is a good choice. And he takes Foster from the shelf and gives him to her. She takes the doll and she holds onto it quite tightly. You see Quincy, as she's holding onto the doll, he leans down and whispers something, but it's not to her, it's more to the doll. You can't really hear it or understand it, but that is when he leans back and he just sits and stays with her. All right. I will return her to her parents. You all are more than welcome to stay and rest here. Jernia, I know you have the keys. If everyone wishes to go home, just be sure to lock up.
Of course. Thank you for saving us.
We'll probably have more questions for you tomorrow.
I will make sure to answer them as much as I can.
I absolutely have questions for you.
Would you mind if I joined you? Quincy, I believe Janya said your name was?
Yes.
I don't see why not.
Mostly, I did promise the father that we would do our best to try and find his daughters, so it would look well upon me if I were there when she was returned to her family.
Of course. Does anybody else wish to join?
Yeah, I'll bring her
go.
back.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna enchant myself so I don't look like a fucking.
I was gonna say, you might want to hide all of that lovely paraphernalia there, dear.
Satan has brought back your child.
That's the child. I live for that. Okay, Cassie, Morgan, and Jernia was saying?
No, I'm going with.
I think we're all going.
All going? Okay,
We're not going to let
perfect.
this old man take credit for what we did.
I'm not gonna get turned to stone for nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. Quincy has a car. He can hold. It can have some of you in it, but he can't fit all of you.
Campground.
Whoops. My car's still here.
Okay.
I'll take my car. My shitty little Saturn.
I can take to the skies and stay high, and then find somewhere inconspicuous to land and polymorph myself.
The helicopter landing in the hospital.
Sure.
You want to fly? I will say there are 2 cars. Quincy can drive.
Then I'll just stay in the car.
Okay. I was like,
Flying's exhausting.
Yes.
They said it in the B movie.
God damn it.
Is that why you drive a lovely little motorcycle then?
My motorcycle is at the campsite.
Quincy's sitting in his car, who's catching a ride?
She'll get in the car with Quincy.
In the back seat.
Cassie gets in the car with
Everyone's-
Quincy.
Okay. He ends up passing the girl to you to hold on to her.
Yeah.
Anybody else jumping in Quincy's car, and who's going with Jernia?
Okay.
I'll
Do you
help
want to
with
try?
you, Jack.
Okay.
2 best friends in crime.
Hell yeah.
Jay.
I'll climb in with Quincy.
Okay. Perfect. You have the whole back
That's probably at capacity.
at capacity. Well, okay, we got Cassie in the front. We got James in the back. Morgan, who are you driving with?
I'm going with Quincy.
Okay, perfect. We got 2 in the back seat. And then, okay, perfect. It's about, it's late afternoon, so it's easy enough to get to the hospital without too much worry. Quincy asks you, Cassie, to pass her back to him, just because they know him in the town, and Cassie is still a pretty fresh face. But he offers for you to walk up beside her, or beside them. He going to the hospital, there's a bit of commotion as everyone starts to realize that the girl is back. Doctors and nurses come up within an instant and are taking the girl and they've laid her down on, is it a gurney? And they are taking her back to run checks to make sure that she is okay, to get her cleaned up and everything like that. Her parents and her brother are watching you guys, and they're like, the father is the first to kind of come up, and he'll like take Cassie's hand and give it a very like firm shake, and he's, thank you for bringing her back to us.
Of course. It's what I promised I'd do.
You all found her? Where did you find her?
At the bottom of a pit.
I'm going to assume on the drive over here we would have discussed what our story is going to be.
Yeah. Quincy mentions maybe just saying we found her in the forest. The campgrounds, maybe.
She had
Or
wandered
maybe
back.
even over close to the woodmill.
She had wandered back to the campsite. That's where we found her. She got a little lost and turned around in the woods, so.
Well, thank you for finding her, and thank you for bringing her back to us back to her. Thank you.
He's
Thank
very
you for bringing
emotional.
her back to us.
Yeah.
Like, the mom has been like nonstop crying, like holding on to her son. Not very many words from her, but mostly from her husband for sure.
Ever so subtly, I'll like wiggle my finger when the kid can make eye contact with me. I'll like wiggle my finger in front of him, just make my finger sparkle a little bit.
He smiles a little bit, and he still mouths back like, "Thank you." Other than that, the family moves off to be with their daughter. From there, where would you guys like to go? Quincy has turned back to look at you all, and do you want to keep asking me questions today?
Bookstore, yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit hungry after all that. So I think perhaps heading to the diner, where we can all chat and ask questions and get something to eat, might be a little more suggestible than going back to the bookstore.
In front of everybody?
The waitress is a good friend of mine.
Also,
Fair
I
enough.
don't know about you, but I know how to be quiet.
I don't.
I'll buy you all.
I'm still a little gross, so I might change before I meet you there.
I think we might need to go get our vehicles, because I know James's truck is currently parked at the campground, and
Mine as well.
Where did we leave Stuart's bike?
at the campground in the back of the truck.
Or did he ride it down? Or did he ride it down the path?
I thought he brought. Yeah, that's right. He brought it with him.
Oh god.
So it's like right outside.
So it's at the woodmill.
So it's at the
It's in
woodmill.
James's truck in the woodmill.
I got a little
Cassie's. Did I leave it at the hotel?
Yes, you got to
Yes,
ride with
I
Morgan.
drove-
I think I
motorcycle.
drove with James. Or no, I was with Morgan on the bike.
Yep,
Yeah,
on the
you got
motorcycle.
The whole extra helmet thing. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'll give you guys rides to wherever the hell you need to go.
Mm-hmm. Quincy will take back James and Morgan to get their vehicles. Quincy will offer Cassie a ride back to the hotel as well, if she wishes to get her vehicle, or if
Yeah,
she wants
she'd
to
like
just
to
stay
drive
with
her
him. That's
vehicle
fine.
so that then if she needs to leave, she can. She's not beholden to anybody else.
Stuart, you can leave your bike in my car for now, just so that doesn't happen again.
Perfect, thank you.
Are we going all the way back to the woodmill to get it?
Morgan, if you don't,
It was just, I think, outside the fence. I don't think you brought
Yeah,
it into
No,
the
he didn't.
woodmill.
That's true. That's true.
Morgan, if you don't want to go all the way back to your dormitory or your apartment to get cleaned up, I'd be more than happy to let you use the bathroom in my hotel room to shower.
I can probably just check in with my boyfriend. He's got
Yep,
a
he does live in the
nice
area.
Alright.
Oh, that would have been a perfect opportunity for Morgan to be showering in her hotel room when her boyfriend shows up. Drama bomb!
He knows the nature of my work. I think he would not be in the least bit surprised.
No. Not your boyfriend. The
My
other character's
boyfriend
boyfriend.
probably
Oh,
wouldn't
your
appreciate
boyfriend.
that so much.
Succubus Vampire Smackdown.
Vampire.
Oh, I mean, none of you. He knows because he
We don't.
read it in my thoughts. But
That's OOC.
yeah, nobody else.
That was
knows
me saying. That would not have
vampire.
been James saying. That would not have been James saying.
And no, Morgan knows that she's dating a vampire because she straight out told him why his charm didn't work. But yeah, so we're gonna. It's like one of those. We gonna take a short rest, shit, shower, and change,
And then
meet back up at the diner.
Then the diner.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will
Okay.
hand wave all of your
Yes.
cleanups a little bit, and we will go to the diner. Quincy has gotten a table that fits everybody comfortably. Not everybody's not like smushed into each other. He has offered to get you all meals since you've been through some shit. He doesn't get anything to eat. He just gets a tea for himself. But he kind of just holds out his hands. He's like, "You have questions? I might have answers."
I knew you did magic. I knew it.
It's not
Is there any way to-
necessarily. Go ahead.
Is there any way to help the people that have been completely transformed?
If some of them are fresh, I believe we could find a way to figure it out, but it may take a little bit of time. Well, if you have said Nella's down there, she should not be that old. If anything, she should be maybe hours.
Well, there's
Nell's a bit of a hot head, so
there's a man
What if
down
somebody,
there that's been missing for 2 weeks.
should be okay.
Just people.
What if the statues are damaged?
There may be injuries when they come out, but
Okay. Asking for a friend.
Everybody
Acquaintance.
looking at Morgan.
Oh, he's starting
Everybody, even Morgan
Directly.
side eye.
Morgan eats pancakes like it's nothing.
Like one full one at a time. Dude, that is immortal hunger.
God. Okay.
I don't actually get hungry, it's just Blair.
How can we find the being that was there to contain it again?
My best bet is to possibly set a trap. I can help out with that. I have some friends who could possibly help with that as well.
I think it might be best for the safety of the town to do so.
Of course. I've spent many a years in this town.
Why?
Because I was called to help.
By who?
Questions for later.
I see you a lot more than these people do.
True?
Telepathy.
God damn it.
As you start to delve into Quincy's mind, you actually see him look at you as you start to do it, and then what you're flooded with is just childhood visions. Besides the telepathy, you can see him kind of like lean up and kind of like tap a necklace that has a charm on it. Before he kind of just states, he's like, I know what you can do. So impolite to Dwelve.
I have to be sure you can be trusted.
I have
Wait,
lived
what?
here for many a years.
I mean, he fixed your arm, dude. He fixed my.
Yeah. That thing's been living here for a long time too, so
I can bring you to the house in the photo. It's a sort of main base. There are many things that I'm sure all of you would find quite useful. Jerenia to work on her magic. Cassie to like sedate her mind with knowledge. I think sedate's not the right word I'm looking for.
Sate.
Satiate.
Sate.
Satiate is the word.
I was like,
we're
you're gonna
looking
give her
for.
tranks?
Yeah.
Here, smoke this.
Put it Morgan, you can find out more of your father if you wished. Stuart, you have a sort of bravery about you. I'm sure you can find some stuff as well. And James, there are many books on the history of your past. Well, not yours specifically, maybe. But there are things that can help all of you grow there. We haven't used it since the last group, unfortunately, left in a way, but it's a large home.
All these. I've been with the Teen Leaf for like a few months at this point.
Yep.
All these months of cool trick, just cool trick. Okay.
Your magic is not the same as my magic, Jernia.
I'm not comparing at all. You fucking made a door. That's different.
I made a door. I use sigils in my magic. You have a natural talent for it.
Oh, that's where you're going with that. Fair enough.
My magic is more along the divine nature, not the raw, pure damage type.
Well, I haven't really done. She actually pulls out the little stock handle. She's like, I haven't really done damage with it per se.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, between you and James, you did get Morgan out of that door.
I don't know if we did that.
No, that was definitely you.
Okay. So I've heard a door. That's not necessarily. Step one, hurt the door.
Look, it's better than actually hurting somebody that you didn't intend to hurt.
I didn't hear anything but that last part.
It's better than doing that and unintentionally hurting somebody.
Fair enough.
Getting control and I mean, do you think somebody gets really good at firing one of these and she pulls her gun out and puts it on the table just by firing it?
Why would you
It
just?
takes
Why would you
practice.
Put that away.
Put that away. We don't need
Dude,
that.
why would you just whip your gun out, bro?
Because we are were we not in the United States?
Bro, we are teens.
No, hang on. Is this town not set in the US?
This is the U.S.
Some states are very particular about pulling them in public, though.
Yeah.
Just slopping on the table, I'm sure isn't cool with many people.
This is This is like the northern U.S. where everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Hey, do remember
Someone's already
she's
calling the
Southern.
cops.
She's Southern. But she does. She'll put it back pretty much. As soon as she's made her point. And then just it's not actually loaded. You think I carry a loaded gun?
Yes.
It's
You're
dumb
Look,
to carry one that's not
I
loaded.
I was
know
gonna
I'm from
say,
the
why would
South,
you carry an
but-
unloaded gun?
Well, I mean, I got the bullets with me. I just don't carry it loaded.
Because muggers let you know ahead of time they're about to jump out at you. Oh, give me a moment to load.
It's okay, I'll wait, don't worry about it.
And that's
You
how I
got
know
your
James
safety
from the
on.
South.
You do you.
Y'all can go ahead and doubt me, but I've been practicing with this gun since I was young. So,
I've been doing
know
this
my way around it.
since I was young.
and you take shots at inanimate objects that ain't gonna fight back. Helps you learn power, it helps you learn targeting, and it helps you learn how to aim. Aim and targeting are the same thing. Ignore that.
How late is it by now?
It's going on late evening. The sun is definitely starting to set.
I thought it was night when we went into the.
It was
or I
like
thought it was getting dark.
late afternoon-ish.
Oh, okay.
Like the sun, it was like maybe like 4 or 5. You're looking more at probably closer to 8 or 9.
Okay, so still
So
time.
the sun is set. Sorry. Yeah, you are right. I don't know my times. I'm a night person. Everything is night for me.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
I can vouch for that. Quentin will message me good morning at 1:30 in the afternoon.
That night shift life that I don't have anymore.
Yeah, but like you don't work night shifts anymore.
Don't. So the sun was setting when you guys came out of the bookshop, and it is night now.
No. But early evening. We still have time. He could go show us his house before we retire
Yeah.
for the evening.
I think I'd be interested in seeing the magical stuff that might be at the.
Yeah.
This is.
I
am
will.
Am I still getting paid?
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Can I ask for a raise?
Then the next question is, would you prefer the easy way or the hard way?
To.
The house.
You can't just drive there?
No.
Is this
The easy way is I take us through a door. I have a sigil at the house, so it's easy to get back and forth. But if you can't get me to take you there, the other way through is unfortunately about a 30 to 40 minute walk through the forest.
I think perhaps doing that particular route when there is daylight might be preferable and suggestible.
I'm sure we've all had
Oops.
enough of the forest too.
Honestly.
Of course. Finish eating. I will go and pay the bill, and then we will all meet back at the tea and leaf.
Oh, okay. Good.
And Quincy gets up from the table and he goes to pay the bill. So free to talk for a bit if you like.
Wow, what a day.
Yeah, I
feel
got
like we-
stoned.
Anybody feel like we're just getting recruited into something?
Isn't this how it always works? You do the one little thing and you builds up.
I don't know. This is the first time this has happened to me.
You're telling
I've
me
played
that this
enough.
is the first time you've done something good with those powers of yours.
Depending on how you define good. Not a lot of really weird stuff has happened around here.
No, but
was
even
gonna say, I
doing
don't
just
want you to
small
finish that.
deeds like, you happen to catch where somebody remembers where their keys were, but they're looking for their keys and they can't quite get that memory to surface, so you find their keys for them. I don't know, man. This is definitely more your purview than mine. I just document people like you. I don't actually have any of those powers myself. And document people like you. That sounds really weird and oddly
It does.
scientific. I don't mean it that way.
I would prefer to be undocumented, thank you. Wait.
Are you sure about that, given the political climate?
I'm not sure about the phrasing there, no.
Fuck up. Jernia and Jeremy are fucking offended.
Look, no, I just, for me, it's to keep notes, and so that if I run into something like this again, I'm reminded. My memory, not as great as I would like, so it helps me to be able to remember things, to write things down.
I don't think I've ever done anything good with my powers either, but it's also learning and, Oh, wait, no, I made that kid smile in the hospital. I will say that did feel good, though.
I can make some sweet balloon animals, but that's about it. You guys have got all the weird stuff.
I don't know, man. That sounds like the best talent here at the table, being able to make balloon animals.
I just saw you.
I'll show you some other time doing it.
I just saw you unscrew a door in like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, anybody can do that though.
Not
No.
with that much skill.
It's the clown stuff that you really got to work at. One day, I will have the white face paint.
You know what? I believe in you, and I hope that I'm around the day that comes.
I want to be at your first show.
Oh my god.
What
Thank
would
you.
your clown name be, Stuart?
You really put me on the spot here. I've been working at this with Brune for a while, and we were gonna think Lil Stewart, but someone was saying that there was some sort of like trademark issue.
Well, I mean, it was a very popular children's book.
Wouldn't know to read.
It was a movie with Michael J. Fox.
Was it also a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did like 2 of them, I think.
Yeah.
All right then. So if it isn't Little Stuart, what would you call yourself as a clown?
Well, I was thinking maybe Shorty McStuff, but it's a little long, you know.
I'll tell you what. I'll help you workshop it.
Yeah, well, that would be very handy. Thank you.
Perfect. Quincy comes back to the table. He looks at everyone.
Quincy, clown name right now.
Was that Quincy or Quentin?
Both. All of the above. Clown name for me?
No, for me.
Oh, see, I think more of titles, not more of clown names. So I would like automatically thought Stuart the Brave, but I'm not sure if that's a good clown name and more of an acrobatic
We'll walk
name.
on.
Little Lion.
Why are we sticking with little?
I
No
mean,
reason.
Work to your strengths. I mean, come on. There's a reason.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm gonna hand away the journey back to the
Team
back to the tea and leaf. He takes you back into the hallway with that one like glass sort of bookshelf that is closed and has a lot of blank dolls in it. The 2 doors that are at the end of this hallway, there is one that is closed that has one sigil on it, and the other one is also closed, but it has a different sigil on it. He places his hand over the sigil. There is a light, faint sort of golden glow. Anyone that is close to Quincy, it feels warm. And he opens the door. What you guys see is a large center room with a flight of stairs that goes up on the left side. It has like a little balcony, and then it goes up again to a higher floor. There are hallways like through the left and right. There are pillars that are like underneath the stairs keeping it up. There are beautiful sort of like old couches that have like those like cool designs, and they're like a nice deep burgundy in color. There's a fireplace right underneath the stairs. It is for the most part, beautiful home. When you guys are all in the room and Quincy is in with you as well and shuts the door behind him, he says, "Welcome to main base. This is the manor." And he reopens the door that you guys came through, and you realize that it was the front door. And looking out, you can see a large open field. Like, it's not a gigantic field, but there is a lot of room in this field to move around. And then there is a tree line that circles around it. As well as in front, there is one stone gate that is far enough off with a little metal door through it. He shuts the door back. You are more than welcome to explore this home. I will stay if you have questions. There is one room that is off limits, and that is it's one of the bedrooms upstairs.
Is it marked?
Yes. Well, you won't be able to open it. It's locked.
Okay, that's different.
Yep. All the rooms are open otherwise. And you guys can see photos on the walls. There are old flower pots that you can kind of see would have had flowers in them, but they're sort of shriveled up and died now. There is dust that sort of cakes a good chunk of the stuff around this home as well. And exploring this house and figuring out what your next steps are is where we're going to end for the night. Welcome to the manor.
Yay.
Thanks to everyone who was able to come out tonight and watch Monster of the Week. You guys did really well. I'm very proud of all of
Is
you.
that the end of the first mystery?
No.
Okay.
Depending on how you guys do, you may have either 1 or 2 more episodes.
Okay.
For the
Not
first
rushing anything. I
mystery.
was just curious.
No, you're fine. Of course, I've got some sponsors to shout out to. D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter D, beyond.com. They're a great source of information for anything sort of D&D, and we are lucky to be able to use them on our Monday and Thursday games. We also have Lucky Dice Cafe. Of course, if you're looking for live games in the Huntsville, Alabama area, you want to meet Cap, you want to have a good time, that's the place you want to go. Of course, I say of course a lot, I've realized. I'm going to stop that.
The good old DDD Beyond.
I said D&D. Don't
No,
You said D.
you said D, the letter D, beyond.com.
D, the letter N, D, beyond.com. I did not. Don't attack me.
We love you. It's okay.
You absolutely did, but we love you anyway.
I may have mumbled it. Listen, we have a YouTube if you've missed episodes. We also have a Patreon if you want to learn more about characters, players, that kind of thing. Right now we're going through the escorts, but we've got more information coming up in the future. We are not the last game of the week. We do have one more game tomorrow night. That is Descent into Avernus. We are on episode 3? 4?
4.
We're on an episode? It's great. We're doing great.
We're on episode 4.
Episode 4. Then, of course, we're done for the weekend. But we will be back on Monday with the escorts. Tuesday with Esper Genesis, which a couple more episodes there.
3 sessions left.
3. And then back
Monster's
on
gonna
Wednesday
die.
with Monster of the Week. Gonna thank all my players for playing with us today. Molly as Morgan. Jason as James. I just about mixed up the names, that's why I stuttered. Cody as Stuart. Decca as Jerenia. And, of course, Maddie as Cassie and our streamer for the night. We hope to see you guys next week, or even hopefully tomorrow night. But for now, have a good night. Goodbye.